So happy to welcome all of us to practice this morning. Thank you for being here. I had a great experience this morning of moving a gigantic outdoor trampoline with a couple of my housemates, and the thing is huge. It's professional grade or whatever, just massive. And so it's the three of us moving this. And once we had gotten it moved, which was a big ordeal, we have it in the new spot and it was warped. The we couldn't fit the supports back in on the bottom. And um, we're just sort of like, whoo, well, what are we gonna do? And it seemed like a roadblock. And literally what happened next was I just stood on the edge of it and I did like a little dance, like really a tiny little dance. And then the whole thing flattened out and it became unwarped and it was totally workable again. And um, I'm just thinking of that, opening our minds to possibilities that sometimes really hard situation needs just a little dance around the edge. We don't have to smash with equal power and weight and strength. um, and a lot of people in my circles lately are talking about our internal monologue and the way the things I repeat to myself become so much of what I see in the world and what I see as being possible in my life. Um, so we're going to center this morning just in this spirit of opening to possibility, opening to an easy and light solution, even if there is a challenging impasse. So go ahead and lie flat on your back, stretch out a little bit, and as though you are lying on a raft on a peaceful, sweet river, let yourself float on your breath. Relax through your energy system. Swallow to release the throat center. Feel a subtle swallow in the heart area, relaxing the heart and lungs and our emotional center. Soften down through solar plexus and navel. All the way down to the sacral center and root centers. Feeling a deep release at the center of your pelvis and the base of the spine. Create a sense of ease through the way you breathe. If any challenges are present in your life right now with you on your mat, hold these and include them in this sense of ease. Let your breath expand. a sense of opening to possibility, to a solution that doesn't just meet your problem head on, but maybe just a little dance around the edge. Nothing needs to change or find a certain solution right now. Relax, breathe. Let all these aspects be included in your kind awareness. Wiggle your toes. For a foot pulse, full body movement, I'd like you to flap your feet. So it's sort of like you're waving your toes up toward your face and then down away from your face. This is going to create a little wave movement that jiggles your body up, down, up, down. Another way to do this movement is bent knees, feet flat under the knees, and then sometimes you need to adjust how your pelvis is resting on the ground, and then you get a little jiggle. You kind of push into the feet, so the skin on your sacrum is moving independently of what's underneath it. Yeah, just getting this wonderful ripple through your whole body. Loosening. And just want to invite an affirmation. It's easier than I think. It's easier than I think. Let that movement slow down. Deep breath. Give both knees a hug. For Apanasana flow, with your exhale, curl into a ball. Head and shoulders off the mat. Inhale, lower your head and cup your knees. So hands are on the knees, and then the knees just float away from your chest while you hold them. Exhale as you curl. Inhale, rest, making space in the hip crease. Couple more rounds like that. Extend left leg to the earth and right leg to sky. Hands around back of right thigh. It's okay if your right knee's bent a little bit as you roll out your ankle, both directions. Sciatic nerve glide. Bend your right knee. Exhale. Let it kind of soften. Inhale, straighten the leg first, toes up, and then heel up. Exhale, bend knee and soften. Inhale, long leg through toes and then heel. Exhale, soften the knee. With right leg up, extend everything up, both legs and arms. Shake things out a little bit. Into the other side. Right leg to earth, left leg to sky. Roll the left ankle. Anytime you want to repeat that affirmation, it's easier than I think. Sciatic nerve glide. Bend left knee with exhale. Inhale, long leg, first toes up and then heel. Exhale, soften. Move with your breath. Inhale, activate up. Exhale to release. With the leg high, send everything up. Abdominal crunch. Reach shoulder blades off the mat and your sacrum. Yeah. And then arms and legs stay in the air. Lower your tailbone and your head. Yeah, gaze up. So we're going to lift and curl. Tailbone off the mat. Exhale all the way down. The next time you're lifted, bend right knee to your chest. Lower your head. Inhale to float the left leg. Hover it an inch off the mat. Exhale, jackknife that leg up to the sky. So with your breath, left leg muscles contract, toes are at attention. Focus strength below your navel at the hip joint, deep abdominals, and let the upper body release. Take a load off. Left leg up, right leg up. Take that crunch, reach your upper body, lift your sacrum, and into the other side. Bend the left knee, and right leg floats up and down. Last round. With the leg in the sky, everything reaches. Invitation to float into a boat. So legs are going to extend. Keep curling your upper body. Yeah, lift mid back, low back, and see if you can float into a boat. Yeah, squeeze legs together. Knees could be bent or long, your choice. Baddha Konasana, butterfly. Feet together, knees wide, and let's circle out the spine. Sometimes this movement is called Sufi grinds as we circle out low back. If you prefer to cross your ankles, be more of an easy pose in your legs, go ahead and do that. Change directions. It's easier than you think. Let's come into table pose to stretch out kidney meridian, sole of the foot. Knees are under your hips, curl the toes. Some of us like to sit above the heels. That can be intense for some of us too. So hands on the mat to push back. Soften through the center of your body. 2 more breaths for this stretch. Walk your feet flat and rise up to standing. Deep breath, sweep arms up. Exhale, grounding breath. Palms face the mat as you press down. Yeah, 2 more breaths like this. In mountain pose, standing back bend. Hands to your sacrum. Fingers could point up or down. Bend your knees and shine your heart. So we're combining those. Knees bend, tailbone down. Tweeze your shoulder blades together and open your heart. A couple of deep breaths. Lengthen the legs a bit, tone your glutes, heart high. Exhale, standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's hang. Deep breath. Walk out to plank pose. If you are wishing for additional wrist warm up, take knees down into table and shift forward and back. So whether you're flowing in table or holding in plank, lengthen your spine, unhammock your low back, gaze directly under your nose. Back of neck is long in line with your spine. With exhale, back to child's pose. Flip your palms up, gentle wrist rotation. Come forward to your belly. Let's wake up in the cobra movement. Palms either flat or come up on fingertips for tented hands. Lift and lower your chest. I often think of shoulder blades and elbows like the hood of the cobra, widening, expanding your presence in your heart. Push yourself back, downward dog. Knees may bend, breath full. Connect down through navel center, sacral center, and your root. Walk to front of mat. Create standing forward fold. Exhale in the pose. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, arms up. Exhale, grounding breath. Press hands down by your side. Pause in your ease and fullness. With inhale, float arms up. Exhale, grounding breath to chair pose. Yeah, so bending those knees and stay on grounding breath. with your chair. Sit back with weight in your heels to depressurize your knees. After you exhale, sweep arms back. Pull shoulder blades together. Extend wide through your elbows. With inhale, rise to tiptoes. Exhale, heels down, sink your hips. Yeah, we've got 2 more like that. Spine long in alignment as low body gathers strength. Finish that exhale. Inhale, launch up, long legs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for flat back. Exhale back to plank. And invitation for your own flow or a resting pose. Create lunge with right foot forward. Let's warm into that lunge. The back knee can be up or down. Bring awareness through your body with your breath. You may like to move, bend and extend that front knee, or bring breath to animate your pose. Prepare to lift your lunge. Back knee up or down. Rise and stay up with your grounding breath. Yeah, so invitation to flow just like this. With exhale, touch the earth. And inhale, right arm up to a twist. Stay in that front knee bend. Strengthen your legs. Inhabit your mid back. Yeah, between bottom ribs and shoulder blades. A lot of us are clogged up here. Bring awareness into your twist. On an exhale, plant your hands. Shift back and change legs in your lunge. Left foot forward with a moment to arrive. Choice for movement, bend and extend front knee, back knee up or down. Stillness and breath. Find your presence. It's easier than you think. Let's flow, rise up. Yeah, exhale, trace your breath, clearing out your body, moving in that pathway. Touch the earth with your exhale. Inhale, left arm up into twist. Breathe down the center line without creating pressure. Breath space is reduced in a twist, so no need to force your breath, just softening around it. Take that exhale down to the mat. Meet us back in downward dog. Take a flow if you want, or pause here. Walk to front of mat. Standing forward bend with your exhale. Inhale to rise, arms reach. Exhale, lower your arms. Circle shoulders, pick them up, back, and down. Shoulder blade activation flow. We've been doing this one a bit in the fall. I find this really good medicine for my shoulders. Get your arms pendulum movement, forward and back. If you want to supercharge this sequence, do it from chair. In your own time, we're going to think of the shoulder blades having a lower, a middle, and an upper area. And with arms back, tweeze the lower shoulder blades together and down. Yeah, then release, get a couple swings, and tweeze, engage. Solidify that activation through both sides of your shoulder blade muscles. And then soften again. So in your own pace, you're going to find that engagement and release it. A couple more for these lower muscles. Maybe you visualize that cobra hood, shoulder blades back and broad. And move to the middle shoulder blade muscles. However your arms land to create that engagement is fine. So less about the arms doing a certain thing, more about targeting shoulder blade, upper back muscles. A couple more for mid shoulder blades. Yeah, finish up with upper shoulder blades. Squeeze them together. We're going to incorporate a deep exhale where your inhale contracts the upper shoulder blades and like a loud sigh as you drop with your exhale. Inhale for a squeeze and exhale, drop and release. Give yourself 3 more. As you finish that cycle, invitation for stillness, mountain pose. Also invitation to walk that out into a spiral with our Qigong twist. All right, we've got some staff of Brahman. Feet are a bit wider than your hips, not as wide as a triangle pose, kind of middle ground. For a tall chair pose, bend and extend your knees and bring hands together by your heart. Sit low. Toes might fan out a bit. They're just going to adjust so your knees feel good. Breathe in, launch up, and then open your arms. Exhale, fold to a flat back with your core. Stay here, inhale, just reach forward above your head. Exhale, ragdoll, forward fold. Slight bend in knees. Inhale from your feet, unwind and stand. Reach high. Exhale, hands to heart, sink into knees. Inhale, launch up, open arms. Exhale to flat back, strong low belly. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, ragdoll, bend those knees. Inhale, unroll, stand and reach. Exhale, hands to heart, bend knees. Yeah, last cycle. It's easier than you think. Stand tall. Find either mountain pose or the Qigong twist. Inhabit the center axis of your body, softening throat, heart, belly, pelvis. We're going to start to balance now. If you want to come lengthwise on your mat, standing staff to warrior three. Anchor your left footprint and raise your right knee. Pause here to find your balance. Either hands to hips or those evergreen tree limbs, arms down and wide. Raise the right knee and then kick it straight back. Shine your belly toward the ground. Right leg extends back. And we'll be flowing in that spectrum. Standing staff. Lead with your leg, press it back. If you find one of these poses you'd like to linger, or maybe it's a wobbly day and you just pause to find a simple balance. Personalize your pose. The next time you're up in warrior three, we have little pulses with back leg, 2 inches up, 2 inches down. Shoulder blades toward the spine. Nice. Return to standing staff. Stay tall and just swing your right foot behind the left. So kind of a diagonal stance. Reach both arms up, bend your knees, and side bend to your right. I'll face the camera so you can see another view of this pose. So back foot, you might be up on your tiptoes or flat heel, either way. Yeah, as you bend into your knees, that'll help to get more through outer hips. Great job. mountain pose with a moment to pause and integrate. Balance onto your right footprint. Float the left knee for standing staff. Aware of the center axis in your torso up through crown of the head. Keeping that alignment through this flow. Place hands on hips or tweeze them back. Kick left leg back. Warrior 3, fly and float. And rise for standing staff. It's easier than I think. Taking off the pressure. Within Warrior 3, 2-inch pulses up and down with your extended leg. Tweeze shoulder blades. Nice job, standing staff. You did it. And both feet down. Sweep that left foot back. So we've got that diagonal stance. Arms high. Bend both knees. And we have a side bend over to your left. Play with your foot position to target the hip stretch. Wondrous. Let's come back to mountain pose. Somehow I'm really feeling it's time for a revolved triangle. Oh yeah. I'm gonna just grab a folding chair to show how to do this pose with furniture. So you have some options. From a mountain pose, let's take the right leg back. Back heel is firmly planted and hips are forward. Take left hand on your hip, reach the right arm up. Anchor through your feet and your sit bones. Get long through your low back and that arm. Next, exhale, reach forward. So this is where front hand could be resting on furniture, on your shin, on the floor. Draw the left hip back and rotate to your left. Left arm will reach up. Yeah, just draw that left hip crease back. Extending through knees. Heart center forward, out. Easy breath. It's easier than I think. Two more breaths. Revolved triangle. Lunge into front knee, face the mat, and then push up off of the front foot. Trade your legs, second side. Just thinking a nice disclaimer. Someone has a lot of hip instability, like their hip can come out of socket. Not the best pose. Better to do forward bend without the rotation. Right hand on the hip, reach your left arm up. Central axis, full body length. Flow through these steps. Folding forward, left hand to chair, shin, floor. Get the support you need so you can open up. Right arm rises. There is an external softening of ab muscles and a little internal hug. Yeah. We've got 2 more breaths. Nice job. Lunge into front knee, hands down. Push off that foot to rise. Nice. Shake it out a little bit. Jumble. Shuffle your cards. All right. We've got one more standing pose. Prasarita, the wide angle forward fold. Hands either on hips or weave them together behind your back and take a chest expander. It's important with chest expander that it doesn't hunch your back or pull the ball of the shoulder forward. So if that happens, just reach your arms back. Deep breath to rise, open your chest. Exhale, forward fold. See what is here, making space, finding ease. If hands are behind you, release them to the mat. Lunge into one knee at a time. Make your way down to a comfortable seat. Cross-legged seat. 90-90 sitting position with your left shin forward. So we'll tuck the right knee back. Always invitation to add padding if your knees feel bony. Also, if a knee is like high up off the ground, just fill in a little space if you'd like. Stretch both arms up and fold over the front shin. Slowly rise up. Twist toward the bent knee. Right hand is going to cup the side of the knee. Reach the left arm up and side bend slightly to your right. So right arm is helping you to turn your chest to the left. Left arm reaches up and arcs slightly back. Plant your left hand either on that palm or your elbow for a quad stretch. Right hand will grab onto that ankle and draw it toward your bum. Nice. Sit tall and change your legs. 90-90 position. Right shin in front. Take care of your knees. And it's an asymmetrical pose. So no need to force your left sitting bone down. Just send it toward the earth as your knees like it. Sweep arms up, get tall, and fold forward. This pose is also great with padding. We set up with that extra pillow today. Where can it soften down the center line, center of the brain, back of the heart center? Breathing down through your pelvis and your hips. Rise up, support with your arms, and twist to your right. Left hand by the right knee. Sweep the right arm up. Yeah, and just work those two directions, twisting, reach, and lean back gently to your left. With all of our hip opening poses, do not force your knees. Yeah, adjust them so you stretch your hips. Release right hand down, coming to that quad stretch, either on right hand or forearm. Left arm reaches back to grab that left ankle. Soft through neck. It's easier than I think. Release that leg. Extend both legs long for Paschimottanasana. Always an invitation to stay upright, especially if you have herniated disc, low back issues. In this case, you're going to be pushing off your fingers to bring the low back forward. If your back is without issue, fold and round your spine. One interesting spice to add to this soup is quad engagement. Yeah, sometimes just a little squeeze of your quads. This signals hamstrings to release, deepen your fold. Soften your knees. We're going to be lying down on our back. So invitation to grab a sweater, grab socks, blanket to be warm. We have one more. It's a relaxing pose, but it's a stretch. One more stretch, and then our final relaxation. For the Coyote shoulder opener, you have a pillow. I have kind of a couch cushion sort of pillow. This is just under your head as you lie on your back. And arm position, the spectrum is between arms wide like a cactus, and then other end of the spectrum is to walk your hands under your head, under that cushion. So anywhere along that, hands could be spaced a few inches or a foot apart. Arms could be more wide in that cactus shape. And we rest, we release, we let the pose sink in. A slow reveal. If you set a pose that is too demanding of it, it'll show up in, in a few seconds. And it's just fine to loosen the space, to bring the hands a bit wider so that you can soften inner elbow, shoulder joint. I'm thinking, for elbow injuries that I know one of our classmates is working with that, perhaps like a sock roll under an elbow or like a yoga block, just propping up the elbows might feel really nice. Yeah, so not seeking that edgy stretch, but an opening with support, just a little lift under the elbow. You decide when your arm position can shift. And we're simply coming to Shavasana, final relaxation. Keep pillows or remove them. Relaxation and the practice of letting go. It may be easier than I think, letting go. If you would like to keep resting, please do. To wake up, breathe deeper, wiggle toes, perhaps that little foot flap, the ripple from the beginning of your practice today. Stretch, roll to your side, come up and sit. Open eyes partway. A moment to breathe and integrate. I'd like to acknowledge and honor your dedication to your practice, to showing up in community, which benefits all of us so deeply. It's not always easy to show up consistently, and I know that, and I thank you. Namaste.